The next question, the member for Don Valley West.
Thank you, Speaker. Last December, I asked the Premier if the people who told him to pave over the Greenbelt were the same people who stood to benefit. I didn't get an answer then, but we know now, thanks to the Auditor General, that that is exactly what happened. This government's decision to finally accept the Auditor General's most important recommendation to reverse the Greenbelt land swap is a welcome decision. However, it's not that simple. There are still lots of questions that need answers. What will happen now? Developers and companies that bought Greenbelt land were expecting an $8.3 billion payday from their close relationship with this government. My question to the Premier: will he assure this House and the people of Ontario that not one red cent of taxpayer money will be spent to make good on their $8.3 billion payday deal with developers?
Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I think I've been clear on that as well. I will be bringing forward legislation in this House that will do what the Liberals never did, that is codify the boundaries of the Greenbelt in legislation and not regulation, so that we don't have what the Liberals did, going in and out 17 times under the cover of darkness and making changes, Mr. Speaker. We're not going to do that. We also are not going to be providing any compensation with respect to any potential changes that were contemplated, Mr. Speaker. The Premier said very clearly it was a policy decision that the people of the province did not support. That is why we were returning those lands to the Greenbelt, and that is why we're adding 9,400 acres to the Greenbelt as well, Mr. Speaker. But there is no compensation that will be made available to any of the people who might have been building in that area. Thank you.
And the supplementary question, back to the member for Don Valley West.
Thank you, Speaker. Last week, we heard the Premier apologize that his government created a process that moved too fast and that he was very, very sorry. This apology followed the Auditor General's report on the Greenbelt, which revealed, to put it mildly, a flawed process and an $8.3 billion windfall for his developer friends. Speaker, usually sorry means, I will do better. And yet the Premier's apology has not extended to other major files that the people of Ontario are concerned about. We have Ontario Place, where this government made a 95-year deal with an Austrian megaspa, and the names of the people who own it are not known. We have the surprise decision to move the Science Centre, another flawed process with no public consultation. Speaker, my question to the Premier: is he sorry enough about the Greenbelt's flawed process that he will open the books on Ontario Place and the Science Centre and ensure the people of Ontario that he has put an end to brown envelope backroom deals?
Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing.
What do all of these things have in common, Mr. Speaker? She talks about Ontario Place, an asset that they allowed to go run into the ground for 15 years that got so bad that it had to be closed and that we now have to fix. The Science Centre that never got any repairs or anything done to it, and that is on its last legs because they did nothing. It had to be closed. We're building subways. Why? Because they couldn't build subways. We're building roads. Why? Because they couldn't build roads. We're building long-term care. Why? Because they didn't build long-term care. We're renewing our hospitals. Why? Because they didn't build hospitals, Mr. Speaker. On every single matter that matters to the people of the province of Ontario, the Liberals failed. They drove away jobs. This minister is bringing it back. And you know why? Because this Premier had a vision to restore the province of Ontario to the economic engine of the country, and 700,000 jobs and billions of dollars investment show that it's working, Mr. Speaker. So will we turn our back on that? No. We'll continue to move forward, Mr. Speaker, because that's what good government is.
Thank you very much.